Hello everyone, this is Josh from Pt.3, and I'm back with the third part of my website flipping case study. In this update, we're going to be talking about my first month's performance of the site, as well as a couple new goals that I've set for this. So let's get straight into it. So my old goal was, I talked about this old goal in the last couple updates. It was that to get the website earning $500 a month within 12 months. My new goal now is to get the website earning $1,000 per month in revenue by February 1st, 2017, which is just over 6 months from now. So why did I increase the goal and shorten the time length? Mainly because after doing more research within the HVAC niche, I found out that there is no true authority website out there right now. There's a lot of websites that cover different aspects of the niche, but none of them that pull in all the different aspects and combine it all into one site. So my new goal is to become this authority over a period of time. So that being said, there's a lot more potential in this niche than I originally thought, and there's a lot more potential with this site than I originally thought. So that is why I am upping the goal and making it a shorter time frame, because I want to be as aggressive as possible over these next 6 months to get to that authority type of level with this website. And it's going to require a lot of content being produced, but that is the main reason why I made it 6 months instead of 12, just because I want to be super aggressive. Also, I wanted to make $1,000 a month in revenue and use revenue as the main metric instead of profit, because there's a good chance that this website won't even turn a profit over the next 6 months, mainly because I'm going to be investing so much money into producing more content that there's a good chance it won't turn any profit, because I'll be reinvesting all the profits into the site for more content, and I might even actually lose a couple $100 per month just because I'm being so aggressive with the content production and getting this site up to the standards in terms of an authority website. So with that being said, let's check out the traffic stats for the first month that is under my ownership. So we're going to head on over to the Google Analytics. And here we are. So this is from June 6th to July 6th, which is the first 30 days that I had this website. And so I'm recording this video on July 16th. So this is 10 days after July 6th, which means that this is a little bit older traffic, but still, I just want to show you guys the first full month to give you a good idea of how this first month compares to the months in the past when the previous owner had it. So first of all, you guys can see that it is slightly, the trend is going down slightly. I'm not too worried about it. I think a big chunk of the reason why there's more visitors over in this area is because this is closer to the last update that I had, and I think that there's a lot of people that read the case study update then go over to the website and check out the website, so there is a lot of traffic that way, but I have done my best to limit that effect. I have never linked from my website, Passion Paychecks, to this case study website, and I will never do that, both for, I don't want to affect it in terms of backlinks, and I don't want people to make it easier for people to go visit that website straight from my website, Passion Paychecks. So overall, not too concerned about the slight dip right here in the declines, and I'm excited to see what it holds in the future when I start to add more content. So just quickly, let's take a look at the traffic sources to see where all the traffic is coming from. Let's see, let it load up. All right, so obviously the number one traffic source is organic search, which is not surprising. The direct traffic is probably a little bit high, and this is where I'm thinking where you, or the people that are reading this case study or watching this YouTube video case study, will go just type in hvactraining101.com and then go to the website, so that counts as direct traffic. So I'm thinking a lot of the direct traffic is from this case study, so this is not as important as organic traffic, and this is what I'm more interested in, especially moving forward. And the last thing I want to look at really quick in the Google Analytics are the pages. Take a look at the top performing pages for this website so far. Okay, so we can see the home page. See, now this is where I think a major reason, because of the case study. Before I bought the website, the home page was not the most visited page on the website. I think this is because of the case study, people typing in, and like I said, hvactraining101.com and going straight to the home page and then going from there. So aside from the homepage, we can see that it's a pretty good diversity of pages. You can see 14%, 14%, 14%, 6%, 2%, 2%. So there's these 4 pages right here are the main 4 pages. What does HVAC mean? Florida HVAC certificate, air conditioning certificate, HVAC license, and the Texas HVAC licensing certificate are the main 4 pages that drive the most traffic. So that's that for the Google Analytics report. Not a whole lot going on. Just want to briefly share with you guys the first month's traffic, the main pages, and where the traffic is coming from. So now that we looked at the traffic, let's go back into PowerPoint. All right, so now let's look at the earnings. So in the first 30 days that I've had this site, the website was able to earn a little bit over $200. So if you recall from the first 2 updates, the website was earning right around $130 per month, which means the website saw a nice boost in earnings now that the website is under my control. I think a main reason for that is because I added more ads, obviously, to the website, as well as split testing 2 different ad layouts, which, as you can see right here in this bottom picture, one ad layout for both desktop traffic and mobile traffic performed a lot better. So I had to gray out some of the stats from these ad layouts just because it's against Google Terms of Service to show them. But you can see right here, both these ad layouts had pretty similar amount of page views, but look at the earnings, 55 to 100. This ad layout right here almost doubled the performance of this one, which is really interesting to note. And practically the same thing right here. This ad layout practically doubled the first layout right here. So this is a really interesting thing to look at, and I'm partly wondering if it's because of the ads or because of something else. I'm not entirely sure. But there's only been 1,000 page views for each ad layout, so there's not a whole lot of data to go off of, and we'll need more data to really come to a conclusion, but it's still an interesting thing to look at for right now. But bottom line, the website earned over $200 last month, which is pretty cool. Okay, so let's get straight into kind of what I've done since the last update. So here's my basic content strategy that I have for this website right now. So now these are the 3 main strategies I have in order of importance. The first one is directory information. So this content is going to target local keywords, for example, HVAC schools in New York. The second type of keywords are review type content. So this content is going to be targeting buyer intent keywords, for example, best HVAC tool bags. And the third and final type of content that I will be producing on this website is just general information content. For example, the content that targets just general HVAC info, for example, HVAC formulas, and just other broad HVAC type stuff. So let's get a little more detailed into each one of these content types. First of all, let's look at the directory info, and the directory content is the content that I feel like has the best chance of doing well and is worth producing as much content as possible. So the reason for this is because the directory content is going to be all local keywords. For example, you can look right here on these keywords right here: HVAC schools in New Jersey, HVAC training in New Jersey. Basically anything that has a state on the end of it or a city, those are all going to be keywords that I'm going to want to target within this directory. So the main reason for me wanting to go after these local keywords, because it's super easy competition, because you're targeting local keywords, which limits 90% of the competition just by targeting local. Plus these keywords have high intent. So for example, someone that's typing in HVAC schools in New Jersey is much more likely to convert as a lead than someone that's typing in HVAC programs, just a general, real national broad keyword of HVAC programs. So the local keywords will convert a lot better. So as you can see, not only will they convert a lot better, but they're also way easier to rank for. Here's the keyword difficulty according to keywordfinder.com. You can see HVAC schools in New Jersey has difficulty ranking of 29, and HVAC training New Jersey has a keyword difficulty ranking of 30. And then you compare that to a broad national keyword such as HVAC programs right here, and that's going to be 46 in difficulty ranking. So it's going to be a lot harder to rank for that, and it's going to be less targeted visitors as well. So that's why I'm so bullish on these local keywords that I'm going to be targeting within this directory. So let's move on to the second type of content, which is going to be the review content. This is going to target HVAC related products that can earn Amazon affiliate commissions. This type of content will help diversify the revenue sources, so I'm not 100% reliant on ad revenue. Plus, it'll also be a good way to gain more traffic to the website. And these keywords should also be fairly easy competition. So here's a look at the keywords that I will be targeting for in a future article that will be going after HVAC tool bags, where I'll be reviewing the best HVAC tool bags and hopefully getting people to buy through my Amazon affiliate links on Amazon. So here are all the keywords that I'll be targeting within the article. As you can see, there's quite a bit of search volume. HVAC tool bags gets 1,000 searches per month. And take a look at the right column. You can see all those green keyword difficulties. That means it's super easy, within the 25, 25, 28 range in difficulty. So should be fairly easy to rank for, as well as there's a good amount of volume. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of results I can get from producing content targeting these keywords. And the last type of content that I will be producing for a site is general content. This type of content is not as ideal as the other two types of content because there's less buyer intent and there's going to be a lot more tougher competition going after these more general keywords. However, this content is going to be needed if I want to make this truly an authority website within the HVAC niche. Another downside about this content is that it will probably require an expert to write all the content just because the information that's being covered is really specific and you need to know that information. It's really easy to tell that someone that knows the information, someone that doesn't. So I need to make sure I find someone that really does know the information. So when people visit my website, it'll be credible and respected by the people that really know what's going on in the HVAC niche. So there's that. There's my content strategy and the 3 basic parts of it. Now I want to talk about how I have been able to determine the correct silo structure for my new directory. So the original plan was to only have a school directory. So for example, people would visit my website, find the school directory, and then find the state where they want to choose from, and then they would list all the schools within that specific state. However, after I have been able to dive into this niche a little bit more and do some more market research, I now realize that I have the ability to make 3 different directories within this site. So I'm going to make a directory on the schools, I'm going to make a directory for jobs, and I'm going to make a directory for the different certificate requirements within each state. So because of this, choosing the correct silo structure is very important for SEO reasons as well as being able to rank in Google. So basically, I had 3 different options to choose from in terms of the different types of silo structures. And I will try my best to explain each one of these, but it can be a little bit confusing, so bear with me. Excuse me. So the first option is where the state, so for example, right here where it says .com, right in the, let's go back, oops. So where it says .com /state/schools right here, this is like it's saying HVACtraining101.com /state/school. So I just didn't want to put HVAC Training 101 in all of these, so that's why I just abbreviated right here. So anyways, option number 1 is where the state is the main page. The state is within each one of these URL structures, but then depending on if you're going and looking at schools, jobs, or certificate requirements, that will bring you to a new page. So for example, it would be HVACtraining101.com /Ohio/schools, and that would show you all the schools in Ohio. Option number 2 would be where the state and the school would be swapped. So instead of the state being second, the state's now third, and the school now goes before the state. And the same thing for jobs and certificate requirements. So for example, HVACtraining101.com /schools and then /Ohio. And then the third option was to just only have the state in the URL and then try to rank for jobs, the schools, and certificate requirements all on one page. So those were my 3 options, and I had to choose between those 3, and all 3 of them really made sense. I guess option 3 was the least likely, but option 1 and option 2 both had their pros and cons and had good basis for being the silo structure that I chose. However, I went with option number 2, mainly because I feel like doing this will allow me to rank for more keywords. Setting up the silo like this will allow it to work more like a funnel where they start broad and then they get more targeted into the content that they're looking for. And I think that setting it up like this will also help convert the visitors into leads the best as well. So I'll talk more about the silo structure in future updates and really get into the nitty-gritty and the details on it. but I just want to explain to you the basic structure that I have for it and why I chose it. So now moving on to the content production. So I started outsourcing content through Upwork. I currently have 3 writers working for me and producing content for this website. I hired these 3 writers about a week ago. I only have 1 article back, but it has been published. And I really want to start scaling the content as fast as possible. I want to get as much content up onto the site and into Google and start ranking in Google and giving it time to rank. So over these next 6 months, in the 6 months period, that they'll have enough time to actually get into Google and start ranking very well. So to give you a little more, I'm going to show you guys how, I'm going to show you the 1 article that's been published so far. I'll let you guys check that article out, and I'm going to explain a little bit about the article as well. So here is the article that was written. It's basically about the HVAC certifications. It talks about the requirements, license trainings, the different training programs, the exams, all that type of stuff. It's a really detailed article, really good article, and it's almost 2,000 words long. So that's the article that's produced, and it's live right now. However, what I want to talk about is that this page actually has replaced another page on my website. So this page right here basically covered all the same information that this new article did right here. However, this article right here was very vague, wasn't very detailed, and overall it was just a low quality article, and not to mention it was under 600 words long. So it wasn't a very good article, especially for this type of topic where it needs to be detailed and explain each section. This did not do that at all. So my plan was to create a whole new article around this topic, and in 301 redirect this article to the new one. The main reason why I chose to do a 301 redirect to this from this old article to the new article is because, 1, they're targeting all the same keywords, so it makes sense to 301 redirect it to the new article. Also, this article right here was actually surprisingly ranking for a lot of keywords in Google. So my hope is that when I 301 redirect it to the new article, all the keywords, all the keyword rankings, and everything that this current piece of content has will be transferred to the new article. And then once it transfers over, the rankings will improve as well because the content quality got better, and I added about 1,400 more words to this new piece of content right here. So let's take a quick look at SEMrush. So this is the page that is now 301 redirected to my new content. As you guys can see, it's ranking for a lot of keywords. This is actually the page is doing second. Hold on, that's a tongue twister. This page is the second most. Let me just show you guys. I can't even explain it. Let me just go back to pages. I'm having a hard time explaining it for some reason, so let's look. So basically, what I'm trying to say, let this load up, is that page accounts for the second most organic traffic to my website. So look, the first page is what does HVAC mean? That article accounts for 81% of the traffic according to SEMrush. However, this article right here is the article that's now 301 redirected to my new article, is the second most visited piece of content in terms of organic search, and is ranking for a lot of keywords, surprisingly, even though it has less than 600 words of content. So I'm hoping that when it obviously gets 301 redirected, the keyword rankings will improve. So I have documented all the current keyword rankings that it has, and I will be checking on it in about a month to see how these keyword rankings right here were affected by the 301 redirect. And if it really harms it, I can always take away the 301 redirect and then figure out a better way to go about it. But I'm pretty confident that the 301 redirect will only help the keyword rankings. So I'm sorry if that was confusing or I rambled on a little bit, but I really wanted to explain exactly what I did and my thoughts behind it. So yeah, let's actually get back into this PowerPoint and see what else has happened since then. So, oh yeah, awesome. So I finally got accepted into Quinstreets ad network. This has taken about a month to do. For some reason, it's just a really long process, but now I'm actually officially into the program and can start monetizing the website via Quinstreet. However, I'm still trying to figure everything out. It's really confusing to get things up and running. It's not as simple as AdSense where you just paste some code into your page and have ads pop up. It's really not as simple as that. You have to configure a lot of different settings, make sure everything looks good on your website, and there's a whole lot of stuff that goes into it that I'm still learning right now as as we speak. I'm like learning this whole past week. I've been dedicating some time to actually learn the program, the best like optimization tips, all that kind of good stuff, so that when I do put it on the website, it can start performing good right away and I not have to like run into problems. So I have high hopes that this will do much better than AdSense, and I'm thinking that the local keywords, ranking for local keywords plus the Quinstreet lead forms will be able to rake in a lot of money, because Quinstreet is so for example, AdSense is based on pays you per click. Anytime anyone clicks on an ad, you get paid every time they click on it. With Quinstreet, you get paid on a lead basis. So every time someone fills out a form on your website, you get paid for that lead. So it's a little bit different, but that's why I think the local keywords plus Quinstreet will be really good in terms of converting into leads, because it goes back to the people that are searching, for example, HVAC schools in New Jersey. They're much more likely to fill out a form to get information around New Jersey schools than if they were searching for a more broad keyword. So I'm really excited to see how Quinstreet and then targeting local keywords does in the future. So the future plan is I have two main areas of focus moving forward. Basically, it's scaling the content and producing as much content as possible, and then setting up Quinstreet. So I have some really cool ideas for link building, ranking strategies, optimizing the current content, and a bunch of other stuff, but I need to focus on the tasks with the highest return on investment first before I start messing around with this other stuff. So that's why I'm mainly focusing on the content and setting up Quinstreet, because I feel like those two things are the most important to the success of my website right now. So those are the two things I'm focusing on now, but in the future updates, I'll be covering a lot of other cool stuff once I get the content in Quinstreet locked down. So that's going to do it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. I'm sorry if it got kind of long. I just wanted to make sure that I covered all the information. I didn't leave anything off, forget to tell you guys about anything, or leave anything without a very good explanation. So I apologize for the super long video. However, if you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. There's going to be more videos coming soon, more updates in this website flipping case study. And if you want to, you can read the full article on my website in the description below. But that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next update. Peace out.